In 2010, German police raided a quiet villa in Freiburg. Inside, they found pigments, forged labels, fake stamps, and a lifetime of secrets. The man at the center of it all, Wolfgang Beltracchi, the most successful art forger in modern history. He didn't just fake paintings, he faked entire careers, histories, entire realities for his paintings. And the wildest part about this whole thing, he didn't even get caught because of his talent. He got caught because of a single tube of white paint. This is the story of the man who gaslit the entire world. Wolfgang Fischer, later Wolfgang Beltracchi, was born in 1951, Germany. His father was a church painter and restorer. By age 12, Wolfgang could already mimic Renaissance frescoes. He grew up surrounded by pigments, varnishes, brushes, and the quiet confidence of someone who knows he can do something that other people can't. Psychologists call this early exceptionalism, when a child realizes that they're unusually gifted at something and then the world confirms it to them. And it creates this belief that rules are optional and that this talent is a passport, whether it's used for good or bad. In the 1970s is when Wolfgang started forging casually, if that's the best way I can think to say it, where he wasn't copying existing works, but he was actually creating new ones in styles of expressionist artists like Max Ernst and Klee. He sold them through small dealers and flea markets, so no one questioned them. And his talent was just so good, so why would you question it when it looks exactly as you would expect? But Beltracchi didn't actually see himself as a criminal at all. He saw himself as an artist that actually deserved recognition. Forgery was simply the fastest route to do that. It almost has a slight narcissistic vibe to it where he's saying, I'm not breaking the rules are just wrong. And that belief would shape everything that came next. Next comes the greatest provenance scam in modern art history. In 1995, Beltracchi and his wife created their masterpiece. It wasn't a painting, it was a story. It was called the Jaeger's Collection. They invented a wealthy German industrialist who supposedly bought expressionist masterpieces in the 1910s and hid them from the Nazis. They created fake labels, fake provenance, fake family stories, fake photos, one in which his wife actually posed as the granddaughter of the collector. But the thing is, gaslighters, they don't just lie, they build whole worlds to defend their lie. So he had to forge the context, he had to forge the certainty, he had to forge the trust that he could build on these paintings. I wouldn't even class this as forgery. This is literally like narrative engineering. For over a decade, Beltracchi's paintings entered the art markets through major auction houses like Christie's and Lambert's. His works sold for millions. Experts authenticated them, museums displayed them, collectors collected them, and not only did they collect them, they bragged about having these paintings. Between 1995 and 2006, Beltracchi forged over 300 paintings. But this number cannot even be confirmed because there were only ever 14 that were proven in court. Beltracchi exploited a psychological bias called confirmation hunger. Beltracchi didn't lie to them, he literally just fed into their desires. He was hiding in the shadows, but also hiding right in plain sight. And the thing that's unique about him is that he did not copy, he studied the masters. He read diaries, catalogs, letters. He learned each artist's brushstrokes, their pressure, the drying times, the canvas supply, and he painted the works that these artists should have painted, the missing links in their careers. Beltracchi believed he was actually completing the artists' legacies, not imitating them, but he felt like he was collaborating with them across timelines. And the experts fell for it because that's exactly what they wanted to do. Beltracchi just gave them what they was already looking for. In 2006, a painting that was attributed to Campendonk sold for 2.8 million euros at Lambert's auction house. It was a Beltracchi. The sale triggered suspicion because the colours were too vibrant, the composition was too perfect, and the provenance was too convenient. Beltracchi's downfall came from hubris. He started painting works that were actually too good, too complete, too historically important. But suspicion isn't proof. In 2008, forensic scientists tested one of these paintings. They found titanium oxide in the white paint, but that did not exist before the 1920s. Campendonk died in 1922, so how could he have made any of these paintings when the painting was supposedly from 1914? That single pigment, that one individual molecule, collapsed a 100 million euro business. The ultimate fraud empire. And it was from someone just doing the thing that they love best. Beltracchi later even said, I used the wrong white, as if it was a minor inconvenience to the whole story. In 2010, German police raided Beltracchi's home. They found pigments, canvases, forged labels, fake stamps. Basically everything you would need to build the ultimate art fraud empire. In 2011, Beltracchi confessed to 14 of his forgeries, but experts believed he created over 300. And I'll be honest, if I was him, I wouldn't admit to all of them either because it's kind of an ego thing. People really, truly believed that he'd made these paintings and they were parading on about it. So why didn't you carry on? Because you think it's so good. You know, but why would I admit to all of that? He was sentenced to 6 years in prison, but only faced 4. Even when he was in court, he wasn't taking it serious. He was laughing and he was smiling and he was charming the journalist while he was at it. Even in court, it was argued how many paintings were his, because he didn't just forge the art, he forged the belief. So imagine trying to convince somebody that's paid millions for a painting, oh, by the way, that's fake. They will do everything in their power to tell you you're wrong. So people were defending Beltraki's paintings without even knowing they're actually defending a Beltraki. But not only did he build an empire, Beltraki fooled the expert. He exposed them. He revealed how much the art world relies on prestige, provenance, ego, and just the desire to believe. He made the experts doubt their own expertise and made the institution question their own authority. He made the entire art world second guess what was real and what wasn't. And that's why I believe he was the ultimate gaslighter. Not because he lied, but because he made every single person question things that they thought to be true. And he made everyone else feel like they were wrong for doubting him. Beltraki once said, "I never copied, I created." And I feel like that's the psychology of it all right there. He didn't want to be a criminal, he wanted to be an artist, and the art world only valued his art when he pretended to be someone else. So he just continued to do that. So depending on how you look at it, you know, the real crime might actually be not being able to tell the difference between talent and a myth. This man created amazing works of art, but just because it wasn't under a certain name that people believed it was, it completely devalued these paintings. So let me know what you guys think. I personally love this guy. I think he's great. I know you shouldn't lie and you shouldn't do these things, but I'm sorry, if you've got the talent and you got away with it for so long, your wife was even in on it, I'm sorry, we have to love him. We have to.